again, guys. Encrypted block here. So quite a few development has happened to Lunatic Luna USTC. As you can see, the market is now down by like 7%. Bitcoin is down by 1.2%. Current not 1.2, 1.87%. Luna is down by 1.25 there. USTC is now 6.4, So basically there has been a decline. And as I've said in previous videos, that the market is basically reacting, right? Most kinds, are very much struggling now. Bitcoin took a hit. Luna Classic. Let's look at Luna Classic. It took a hit. Wow, holy crap! Because yesterday I just wasn't, watching the market. I was basically doing some personal stuff due to this situation here. So wow, Luna Classic went to a low of 21.7. Wow, this is pretty much went to 23 there. Wow, 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 wow. This is pretty. Oh crap. This is when it took that hit. This was the 23 at 6:30. Wow, so 6:30 this morning. Wow, it took a hit. Wow. So this is basically, like what you're gonna see. As I've outlined earlier, that I'm not looking for Luna Classic to do as well as it should be doing, because Bitcoin is taking a hit. Jerome Powell, with the 75 basis point increase in interest rate, and now there are other factors, governing how we move forward with Luna Classic, with the legal issue with the founder and so forth. So, this is just basically what's going to happen. I speak about the Cardano hard fork that is currently happening. I just don't know why it's going to take 5 days. So that should be completed in September the 27th there. Sometime there it should be completed. So don't know why they're gonna let it sit for that long. So I just hope all goes well. Even though I'm not a fan of ADA, Cardano, I'm just not a fan of it based on what the founder has said about Bitcoin. So the cryptocurrency market, it's not looking good. It's basically not looking good at all. We can see that these are some of the top players, and they're really down. They are down, but this doesn't mean that you should give up hope in the market, because listen, as I've said previously, what come after down? Up, right? So we just have to be mindful and know that the market will not go up every time. The market will go up, down, sometime sideways. Sometime some little contractment, some retracting, and so forth. But um, as it relates to Terra Luna Classic, they have been looking for that 1.2% burn tax on the off-chain aspect of it, from CZ, and that's just not going to happen. CZ is just not going to give you the 1.2% burn tax from the off-chain part of it, which would basically leave them with less money to operate, and quite a lot of trades happen there, especially due to the fact, that they are actually allowing trades of Bitcoin and ETH for free. So some other kind has to pay. We're very much adamant. I think 700 and something million Luna Classic has been burned thus far. So, it's looking kind of okay, but we need to see the supply decrease more. And also, listen, whenever the price has fallen, even with now with a decrease in price and volume, this is something good because a decrease in price means more volume. Well, not necessarily. However, it just means that more persons are going to go in and buy it, right? So right now, if the Luna Classic falls like to maybe 10, it's now at 25. Maybe if it falls to 10, persons are going to go in and buy it. Why? Because they're of the notion that, listen, this is going right back up, right? So whenever price of tokens or coins fall, it's not bad. It's something good that, persons are just going to go in and buy even more. So basically, Bitcoin hasn't been doing that well. Bitcoin took a low of 18,530. Not not so much of the level that we need to see Bitcoin now, but this is just signaling quite a lot of trouble. I do not want to get anyone spooked, or push fear or doubt in anyone's mind about Bitcoin. However, based on what the market has been showing, because these candlesticks are not here for blind people, and no offense to anyone who has that kind of condition. However, these candles here, they are showing quite a lot. Quite a lot. They are showing possibility. They are showing, what can happen. Well, can Bitcoin do a breakout? I'm sure it will. And, persons are saying, okay, yes, it's going to do a breakout. But don't look for a breakout until, early next year, because we're still not out of the recession. We're still not out of the storm as yet. So, I'm basically looking for a price of 15,000. Basically looking for a price of Bitcoin for like 15,000. They are still, because listen now, remember when Bitcoin was at basically let us, okay, so let me just conclude this video now, and then I'm gonna do a separate Bitcoin video because I don't want to get the Terra Luna Classic with everything mixed up. So let me just go back to the Terra Luna let us check out the USD. So USD took a low of 272, which is not bad. It has a trading volume on Binance of 18 million 57. This isn't bad, and you can see where the UST is basically holding up. The low that it had was 250-ish, 230-ish there, So I'm surprised that it didn't went back to that level, because the last low that it was actually coming from after that last high was actually 235, 240 there, right? So on the high, I think the high was about 720 there. The other day it was 720, and as I've always said that these prices are going to come back down to the low, and what we're seeing, it didn't come back as low as it was, but it came back down to the low. So you see, my reading is actually correct. Now, as it relates to UST, there are still not many news, because I heard that they're gonna do some burning and so forth. However, for the stablecoin industry, as it even relates to UST, they were thinking that they're gonna repeg it, but it's quite of a tricky scenario, given that even though the Terra Luna Classic, there are hopes and so forth within the market, within the community, there's also doubt, because as soon as South Korean officials, and I've said earlier that Uncle Sam needs the Okwan. If you should just look back at the trading volume of even UST here, I don't know if this will show it though. Okay, let me see if I can get a 1 month. Okay, let's do okay. So okay, so that's that. I'm just not gonna get that. So since the Okay, cool. They're not gonna give me that. They're just basically not gonna give me that. But okay, cool. That's good. I was just gonna look at the chart. Let us see if Luna Classic have that chart still up, and I see that bit of increase. It's not much of an increase. However, it kind of gives the market hope. But all of what it has gained today, it will come back down tonight. Why I say that? There are still doubt and uncertainty as to where we go from here. Persons are still not sure if the price will go above that 53 level that it was last week, right? And it has been struggling to maintain that 20 level here, right? It has been struggling drastically to maintain, and as I've said previously, these candlesticks, they speak volume. There are a lot of pressure that is holding back the Luna Classic now, right? And the amount of supply also. We're just not seeing the amount of burn that is possible that they should be doing. Still, I still have to be mindful here because um, I cannot force the big players like Binance to go and do a off-chain burn, because that's not how exchanges are becoming more competitive, because off-chain tax is basically a bad thing for top cryptocurrency exchange. It is bad because no one is going to trade on it because the transaction fees are too expensive. So that's how Binance become, one of the largest cryptocurrency exchange with a lot of trust to it. Also because of low transaction fees, not transaction, trading fees, right? So all right, so let me see if I can get the 1 month chart here and see what was the low. Okay, so the low that it went was 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it basically went to that, but I'm still not seeing that low. Still not seeing the full chart. Still not seeing the full chart here. But as you can see, yes, it went to a high of 59 here, and this was in May, yes. May, January, February, March, April. This was in April. Yeah, well, May. It was the 30th. So we can just call it that. With a 4.5 trillion volume there, and it basically came down to the low here. So let us see. Let us go to okay, let us go to Kind Geico here. Kind Geico, Terra Luna Classic. I'm just gonna show you what has been lost. So okay, cool. So let us do a 30-day chart here. Let's see what we can bring up here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let us do the 3 month chart and see. Okay. So we had that. Okay. Let us do max and see what has happened. Okay. Cool. Okay. So once it went there, so it went there. Okay. So this was the low that it went to. So we can just imagine how much money was burnt here. So, and this is okay, March. So March 30th, right? We had a trading volume of 2.5 billion, right? Look at that. March 6th, almost 2 billion, right? So on March 3rd there, January again 4 billion. So these were look at that. So May 10th, right? 11 billion. And this is just an indication of how much money that was lost in the market, that was destroyed. These are actual transaction that was done. So this is what I wanted to show you on Binance. However, what you're actually seeing on Binance is the actual price of the Luna Classic, the UST Classic, and not actually when they were on the Luna chain, right? So you're just basically seeing when they had refreshed the chain to the classic chain and not when it was the actual Luna chain. So that's basically what you're seeing on Binance. So that is why I came and to show you this. This is just a correlation of how much money that was lost. So this is why I'm saying Luna Classic is gonna struggle because there's not much trust, as persons have lost millions of dollars. Let us just put it at millions. I'm not sure, because many lending platforms, they were wrecked because they were in on this lunatic train. The lunatic train got derailed, and they basically went bankrupt. Many lending platforms went bankrupt, right? Voyager got bankrupt also. Even though there's not much knowledge about whether it was this, but we all knew that it was this because they had heavily invested into the Luna train. Yeah, they basically invested a lot of money in the Luna train. And they were making quite a lot of money also, but no one knew that the train, would have met into an accident like this. So this is just an illustration of how much money was in the market and got wiped out. So as I said, May 10th there, right? $11 billion were trading that day. Let us see if we can get some more stats here. So May okay, cool. So the whole thing started around May 20 there. May 31 there. Okay, cool. Let us see if I can get some cool there, cool. Okay, cool. Can I drag this down? I can't drag that down. So basically it happened around May there, so May probably 30 or so into June. But that's when the whole thing came crashing down. That's basically when the whole thing came crashing down. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So we have a better thing here now. So okay, so May 17 was some of the worst time ever, and the volume wasn't that bad, right? And then it went down. Don't know why this is not moving. Trying to shift it up there, but that's just basically it. That's just basically it, people. They took a lot of beating. So this is how much money that was lost. So persons are not keen-minded in trusting it. One can argue that, okay, Luna Classic can only go up. I'll tell you that's actually wrong. It can even go lower because that trust has not been rebuilt. Now, you may say, okay, they did a refresh, they give back some token, but we still haven't seen the volume. Yes, persons may have gotten back a few tokens, gotten back some money, but we haven't seen where persons have made back their millions, their billions. Come on, take a look at Binance. Binance was stacking quite a lot of tokens, right? They have, I don't think that they have even close to recover what they have invested in it. So this is why I'm saying we're not gonna see a spike just like that, and then it goes back to $1. Then everyone is happy. No, we're not going to see that until they have actually come up with a justical plan to burn more tokens. Look at this, people. The supply is 6,907 billion. That's 6,907 billion, right? And they have just burned like maybe close to a billion kind. So so if even if they are burning 1 billion kind per day, it couldn't correlate with the market cap and also the price of the classic to go up back to that $1 level, or even 1 cent, or even a fraction of a cent. It just will not work. Supply is too much, and then there's also the notion that could Do Kwon print more tokens or mint more tokens. Has there been any implementation of any software or anything whatsoever to stop the minting of new Luna Classic? That's a darn thing, because no one has communicated this to the community. So basically, persons, they are just going in blind, as what was done with the Luna Classic, with Luna, because I would have to say that no one would have asked if Do Kwon could have mint more tokens, and that question just never come up, and it just wasn't in person's thought. It just wasn't in person's thought. But guess what? Gonna cut this video here now and speak much more about Bitcoin.